What is Scott's Cheap Flights? Most of us don't have the time to scour the web for flight deals nonstop. With a day job, friends, family, or your friend's kids, first birthday party at some random brewery, we simply don't have the time to find the cheap flights on our own. So enter Scott's Cheap Flights, where you can find insanely good flight deals directly to your inbox. Scott's Cheap Flights does all the hard work for you to find the best flight prices based on your destination. You'll be the first to know that any time a flight goes on sale. So, how does Scott's actually work? Scott actually has a team of flight searchers who are looking for deals all the time. Whenever they see a quality deal, they gather all the details about it and share it to the subscribers on their list at the earliest possible moment. Subscribers to the service receive the alert, and you're able to book immediately, saving a huge amount on your airfare and basically getting to a destination for low to nothing cost. Flight deals are all over the internet, but you need to know how to find the right one. And Scott has basically perfected this skill and expertise to scour the internet for days in order to find the right flight deal, sparing you all the headache.
So some of the key settings here with Scott's Cheap Flights is the fact that I can select multiple departure airports. If I'm a resident of Minneapolis, but also have locationally based airports that are either nearby me or I know that I can actually get to that particular airport um, that's super cheap. An example would be Chicago. For me to get from Minneapolis to Chicago is extremely cheap. So as long as if there's a good flight deal that is direct from Chicago, and all I need to know is I need to get to Chicago in order to fly to that direct location, that's a great option for me. And that obviously with Scott's Cheap Flights, one thing that's actually super cool about the settings is how frequent some of the flight deals are for selecting your departure location. The one thing that I would actually recommend is with this feature is probably unselecting a number of the sort of one star or one kind of you know one star sort of locations. You never want to get flooded with too many locations if you know that you can't actually make it work. Um, Another huge feature, right, is you can just go right into the deals page on Scott's Cheap Flights, and you have premium deals and a nice card of different fares that are extremely attractive relative to normal pricing. So these are all deals that are actually on sale right now, given my profile. So they're basically custom to me in this instance. So only a handful of deals right now, but that's okay. That's part of Scott's Cheap Flights. I hardly ever will have to log into my actual dashboard because most of the deals are I've already seen all of these because they've been sent directly to my inbox. Another insanely good feature that has been just released in beta on Scott's Cheap Flights, and a lot of people don't know it. Like a lot of people actually have premium memberships that probably haven't even logged in and actually realized the fact that this is here. Um, is actually a search function. I've been waiting for this for a while, right? I love using Scott's Cheap Flights. I like getting into my inbox. But one thing that's very powerful is being able to have the optionality to search for your destination based on what type of business traveler or what type of traveler you are. And they actually have this search function so you can actually start. You know, for me, any destination works. Like I can make anything work. I want to see as much as possible, but also in order to see as much as possible, I need to do it at the lowest price. Um, if I'm flying business class or first class every single time, um, the bank account's going to be empty. And that's not good. So if I don't have an actual destination that I want to pick from based on my origin city, I can sit here and actually click on this feeling adventurous, let us pick a city button, and it will find the best sort of cheap flight, random kind of new, great cheap flight, new deal, round trip economy based on my origin city right here, Minneapolis to Belgrade. $177, I would jump all over that. Who knows if I'll do it? We'll see. But it's a great feature, and I get to see details about the aircraft, um, you know, different, pricing details, when to travel, what type of airfare class it is, and the airline. This is an extremely awesome feature. I can't wait to see what they'll do with this. There's a lot of ways that you can go, but just in beta testing right alone, this is something that really gets me jacked up. Another extremely interesting new release as of 2021 is Elite membership. Elite membership, I don't have it quite yet, but I will join. Elite membership actually gives you the access to mistake fares, which are extremely rare, but they're actually accident fares, right? They're the real hidden gems that anyone would actually want, right? In terms of a cheap flight. These are like the crown jewel of finding a cheap flight. And that's where you can find either business class, economy, um, first class, even sometimes, slashed, with slash pricing up to 90% off, both domestically as well as internationally. And so yeah, if you were to join Elite, um, you would have access to these type of mistake fares directly to your inbox, and that actually is $199 per year to join Elite. So the way Scott's Cheap flights work in terms of pricing plans, it's pretty straightforward. There's basically two plans that you can go, either premium or elite. Premium is $49 a year. You actually get a free trial. You can actually sign up, click the link in my description. You'll get a free 14-day trial to experience premium on your own and find a flight deal based on your location. But then there's also, as I had mentioned earlier, so $49 for premium service, and then Elite is actually $199. So from here you can actually see the comparison of the plans themselves. Premium, you'll just get sort of bucket list deals, domestic flights on economy, international, and then some mistake fares and basically weekend getaways. Elite will get you access to basically everything, and you're going to get mistake fares from all airports. You're going to get premium economy deals, first class deals, and that's $199 a month. So it is significantly more. It's $199 a year, and it is actually significantly more expensive for sure. But if you're a frequent traveler and you want all options, and you basically want this hands-off service to get deals directly to your inbox, and basically it's a great opportunity to get grandfathered into the search function where you can actually potentially find new flight deals based on sort of what's currently happening or what's currently out there based on your origin city. So what are actually the pros and cons of using Sketchy Flights versus any ordinary search function or your own proprietary method or scouring the web, getting deals from Skyscanner or other forums to find cheap flights? The pros of using Scott's Cheap Flights, right? Text and email alerts for all the best deals, right? It's completely hands off. All you need to do is you sit back, go about your day, and then when you get an alert for a flight deal, hop on it. If it's not your location, you don't have to hop on it, right? If it's not a place that you want to visit, you don't have to take the deal. But if it is, go ahead, you know, take that deal. Another pro is the fact that you have a custom departure to city selection. This wasn't always the case with Scott's Cheap Flights, but now, with this sign up and login function, there's a lot of ways that they can go with this, and you can actually input your departure city, and you'll get the actual deals customly sent to your inbox just for your location. In addition, the deals are sent every single day. You're never going to miss a deal. A deal is always sent directly to you. You're going to get consistent cheap flights directly to your inbox. And also, if you find one good deal, even on just premium for $49 a year, you buy one cheap flight, you will get your return on your investment. I mean, it's getting a deal directly in your inbox without spending any time. and that'll pay itself off 10 times over just in 1 year. And that's only one with one flight. So if you're an avid traveler, just think about how much you're going to be saving. In addition, the international destinations, you can actually find extremely cheap deals depending on where you're traveling from. If you're traveling from more of a remote, not necessarily a fully international airport, it may be harder. But places like Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, you're going to find deals that are, astronomically cheap. Um, and so you'll want to hop on those all the time. Some cons about Scots is, you know, you're not going to have worldwide departure cities. So depending on your location, if you're international, it might not be fully available to you. Um, the flight searching tool still in beta. Who knows where it's going to go? Who knows what it's going to kind of cost? So do your best judgment. But happy to see the fact that they're actually introducing us some sort of search function for people to actually solve for where they want to go. Because sometimes if you do get a cheap flight, it's not necessarily a place that you have an interest in visiting. So what do you think? Is Scott's cheap flights actually worth the price? I would say if you're a starter flyer, absolutely sign up for the free trial at 14 days. You can sign up by clicking the link in the description below. And even if you're just a beginner flyer, it's worth paying $49 for 1 year to get the premium membership. But if you are a frequent flyer and you want to get the actual best deals possible, consider Elite. But even just under premium, I'll give you a couple examples of some flight deals that I've received under premium, right? Here's one. Las Vegas, $100. Instant flight, go through the actual email, directly to my inbox. It'll show to Las Vegas from my origin city, the round trip price, nonstop, $141. And it includes the actual travel dates and the various airlines that are offering that price. Here's another one. Bahamas. You look through Minneapolis to Nassau via Delta or United. It specifies the exact dates, and these are all premium based membership flight deals. And I actually didn't have to do a single thing to get it. It's sent directly to my inbox. I'm working on different stuff. Boom, I receive it. If it's a place that I want to go to, which the Bahamas is, um, I would actually book that right away. Those are a couple examples. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting the subscribe button for other travel guides similar to this and how to book cheap flights. Thanks for watching. Cheers.